Is a strong woman when them try to put you down in the ground, shut you with them.
Hey guys, so I gained enough courage to finally put my story out there. A lot of people know me but don't know that I have sickle cell. So I'm gonna try to put my story out there to explain what sickle cell is and what I go through throughout my days. What sickle cell is, it's inherited. It's in African Americans, and how I got sickle cell, both my parents have the trait, and I got the full thing because they have the trait. If only one had the trait, I would have either not have it or got the trait as well. But both had it, so I got the full thing. With that, regular cells are like full moon. My blood cells are like crescent moons. And going through my veins, sometimes they go through regularly, sometimes they get hitched. Once they get hitched, I'm in problems. I get joint pains, I get ulcers. You can go through a whole lot of pain or very little. Me dealing with my crisis, it's like sometimes I'm locked up in my room for days because I'm in crisis, or I'm in the hospital because I can't deal with it at home. Going through crisis, you get really severe medication like narcotics and stuff like that. So me being myself, I don't like to pity myself or feel bad for myself to the point where I sit at home and overdose on the medication. So I'm always telling the doctors I don't need the medication, but I really do need it. I have very high pain tolerance, so if you ever see me crying because I'm in pain, it's severe, like hard to deal with. That being said, 2018 has been the roughest year of my life that I've known about. When I was younger, I've had pneumonia where I had flatlined. That was hard for my parents and my family. So for me as an adult, my roughest year was 2018. I came back from my job and I was home for a few weeks, and then I wasn't feeling myself, and I said I'm gonna go to the hospital. I went to the hospital. They told me I had pneumonia. That was my first one as an adult. So I was in panic mode because pneumonia, you can die from it, and I was there. They treated me and sent me home with antibiotics. Came home, went back for a checkup. Went back for the checkup, I did an ultrasound. Ultrasound came up that my kidney, so my kidney had a benign tumor on it. With all the tests and stuff, they found out that it was benign, but at first I was in panic mode because they said it was a tumor, but test they ran found out it was benign, so I was a bit relieved. Got sent home. Few weeks after that, going into ending of September, going into October, I started feeling sick again. I went back into the hospital and I was there for a few weeks with another pneumonia. This one was more severe because it came to the point where my lungs was filled with fluid, and when that happens, it's hard to breathe and you could basically die right then and there. A few hours after finding out that my lungs was filled with fluid, they tried to drain it. Basically, the procedure is they numb your back and put a needle through it and basically suction the fluid out of your lungs. So in the process of doing that, I was awake. They numbed my back, was about to put the needle in. The surgeon was like, oh, let me just check what angle I should take to put in the needle. So he ran an ultrasound and then found out that the fluid was basically gone. Like, it wasn't fully gone, but it was to the point where if he had put that needle in my back, it would have punctured my lungs, and it would have been a whole nother type of surgery to try to repair my lungs. So he was thankful that he didn't do it. I was there for a few more days because they wanted to make sure everything was good. Then I was sent home with some more antibiotics because I had the pneumonia again. I flew to New York to see my mom. My grandma was there as well. They're the two people that really know me the most because I grew up with them, and she was there. I woke up one morning, could not get off the bed at all. I could not move off the bed. And my mom is like, "What's going on with you?" And I was like, "I don't know, I can't move." She's like, "Oh my gosh." So she started rubbing me down, trying to figure out what was going on. Then I got a fever. My grandma was like she cut an onion in half and put on both underneath my feet and put a socks on my foot. Apparently the onion is supposed to draw the fever out. Some Jamaican remedy, I have no idea. And I was there for a few more hours. I felt a little bit better with all the rubbing down that my mom was doing, massaging my back and stuff. I flew back to Toronto. My brother picked me up from the airport, and right back into emergency I went. Toronto General has been my saving grace because with my hematologist and the crew there, they know me, and once I get into emergency, they know it's something severe. I automatically go on IV. They give me pain medication to control the pain and everything. So I'm always thankful to be able to go to Toronto General because they know me best. I try not to go to any other hospital in the city because I have to explain my whole situation to them. Toronto General already knows what's going on. All I have to say is how I'm feeling at that moment. And I was there. The surgeon was like, he came back in the room upstairs. He's like, "No, Melissa, I seen your name on the list." And I was like, "What's going on?" So they ran some more tests, and nothing out of the normal was there. Like, I was still in pain, but they're like, "We don't see nothing out of the normal." So they sent me home with some pain medication, like hydromorphone, and I came home. Few days I was good, and then all hours, like weird hours of the night, like anytime after 12, like 1 o'clock, I would get this severe pain in my stomach, like my right side. It was like someone is dragging my intestines out of me. Like, it was like that bad. And one night I couldn't take it no more, and I'm like, I'm going back to the hospital. I took a Uber because everyone was sleeping. I took a Uber, went downtown, got admitted immediately, and I was back upstairs in the surgery ward at this point because they're like, something is definitely going on inside. So they ran a few more tests. They found out that my gallbladder was my issue. So the surgeon came the next morning. He's like, "Melissa, it needs to get out. Like, we have to take it out. It's to the point where we have to take it out. If you don't take it out, you're gonna keep feeling this pain." They consulted with my hematologist. The hematologist said, "Go ahead," because that can cause some serious crisis pains for her. So he was ready for them to take it out. And so as a sickler, if we have any surgery, we have to get blood transfusion prior to surgery. Everybody was in the loop. This was like 2 or 3 days before Christmas, and he came with his team. He was smiling. He's like, "Guess what? You're gonna have the surgery." So I signed the paperwork. I let my family know that I signed. So I'm normally supposed to get 2 bags of blood if I get transfusion. So we're there. He went back downstairs to get the ER prepped for the surgery. It was like half an hour, and now it was like 9 o'clock, and he calls upstairs. I heard when the phone ring, actually, because the ward was so on the porter. Little did I know that the doctor on my ward didn't call no porter to come upstairs to grab me, so nobody was on the clock to come and get me. So my surgeon, he took everything into his hands. He's like, he sent the blood upstairs and he sent a porter upstairs. So as I'm getting onto the stretcher, the blood came, and the doctor was like, I can't hang the blood because your surgeon wants the blood to go in within half an hour. So normally if it's going through a machine, you can time it for however long you want it to go into the person. But if it's hanging by gravity, which is what it was gonna be hanged with, it was gonna be done by gravity because I'm already on my way downstairs. So he's like, yeah, we're not allowed to do that, because he was supposed to hook it up to a machine to give me under half an hour. So I was supposed to get the 2 bags within 1 hour, but that didn't happen. So on my way downstairs, the bag of blood was literally hanging there, so it was going into my veins by gravity. Got into the ER, and he looked at me, he's like, is that the last bag? And I'm like, no, that's the first bag. He's like, he's cussing under his breath. And they're in the ER room. They're all nice to me. They're like, oh, type of music do you want to listen to before he put you to sleep? And I'm like, once it's not Christmas music. And they're all cheering. They're like, yeah. I'm like, I'm not in the Christmas spirit right now. I just need to get this over and done with. And they're like, yeah, we are too. That's why we try to rush to get you down here. And within like half an hour, it's around like 9:30 now. 9:30, both bags of blood were in. Then the anesthesiologist came. He's like, are you ready for this? I'm like, I guess. Put the oxygen mask on me. He gave me some medication to put me to sleep, and I was out like a light. I woke up back in the ER recovery room, and the nurse was giving me medication because they know once you wake up, you're gonna be in that after surgery pain. Upstairs asking for your morphine, okay? And I'm like, okay. And I went back upstairs, and I was there. My dad was there, and I broke down. Until this day, some of the stuff that happened to me, I still can't talk about it. Maybe after this video, I'll talk about it further on, but a lot of stuff had happened to me last year in 2018 in the hospital that it's hard to talk about. Only a few of my family members actually know about it, but I was almost pronounced dead in the hospital. A lot of people don't know about it, and I'm really thankful to be here. So I had posted that I should, like, my mom had put it to me that I should probably put my story out there, and I had asked on social media if I should. I've got a lot of good feedback, so this is why I did this. And with this being out there, I hope I help other sicklers and other, I guess, parents dealing with kids who have sickle cell. It's still rough. As an adult, knowing that you almost died, like, you have so much more life to live. So I've been trying to take it easy. I'm gonna try to do more videos as much as I can, and eventually I will put my whole story out there because it's gonna take a lot of courage and time for me to put that part of my story out there where I found out where I almost died. You know what I mean? But this is me. This is my journey as a sickle cell warrior. We call ourselves warriors because we've survived that much into life already. Almost died as a child with pneumonia. They told my mom I wouldn't live to see the age of 14. I'm now 26, 27 in 2 days, and I'm still here fighting for life each day. My story's not done. God's not done with me yet, so I'm still here. And I just want to encourage everybody to keep their head up. Once you put your mind to something, you can achieve it. Yeah. Well, thanks for watching my video.